Good evening, this is Pat Walker at MissionWinners.com. I'm going to do a couple videos tonight, and I just think it's really important to explain my foundation. I've been doing this for 30 plus years, and through extensive research and talking to some great investors, you start to connect the dots. One of the things you look for is you try to buy when the market's doing good. Okay, simple. You limit your losses. But let's talk about stocks specifically. One of the things we really look for are companies that can make you money. That's common sense. But through research and from people like a Bill O'Neill or a Mark Minervini, you go in there and you start saying, what companies really do well? Well, through the years, I've done a ton of research too. And here's what I found. Companies, and this is my foundation, leading groups, leading stocks. Companies that have great numbers, either great earnings or sales in great groups, normally outperform. And I'm going to document that for you tonight with a fairly short video. I have two big lists that are my go-to list. They're called the 40-45 list. What are they? And it's real simple. Again, certain price and volume constraints. Okay, I don't buy junk, all right? But list number one comes from a screen. Last quarter's earnings up 40% or higher. List number two comes from a screen. Last quarter's average sales for the last 2 quarters was 45% or higher. So it's called the 40-45. 40% earnings, or the average sales for the last 2 quarters is 45% or higher. So I'm going to show you something here. You can say, well, how did you figure this out? I'm going to give you one of my tricks of the trade right here. This is the S&P 500 back in 2007. The market started to firm up right in here, started to really lift off right here. This is the S&P 500. So you can say, well, Pat, show me some stocks that made good moves back then and tell me the numbers. Well, that's why I'm here, folks. And we're going to take it from the top. Right here, here we go. I'll do a couple of these for you. Mosaic. Mosaic. Lifting off here in September. 42 to 72. That's pretty dang good money in about 2.5 months' time. You can say, well, Pat, what were their numbers? I will tell you. Before it started to make its move, not here, back in here, its earnings were up 667%. 667% on Mosaic. Leading group, and it made a nice move. Hey, 43 to 70, I'll take that any day of the week. Look at this sucker walking up the 8-day and the 20-day. That's what we're after, okay? There's number one for you. I'm going to show you a few of these. Here's number two, CF, leading group. This one lifted out right here, this little cup and a handle formation. 65 to near 100. Now that's selling at the top. We're not going to do that. How about 65 to 90? Just walking up the line. That's simple in a short period of time. You can say, well, Pat, what were their numbers? Their earnings before they went up, before here, not after, before here, their earnings were up 222%. How's that sound to you? I'm going to do a few more for you here, okay? Baidu. Baidu. Lifted off here in September, the follow-through day. You can say, well, what do we do there? Oh, I don't know. 220 to, oh gosh, it went up to 400. 220 to 400 in a couple of months? You can say, well, Pat, what were their numbers? Their earnings were up, are you ready for this, folks? 128%. 128% before this run. I call that sweet, all right? You see where I'm building a case for this? Here's another one for you. First Solar. Lifted through here, takes off. You can say, what are the numbers there? I'll tell you right up front. 225%. 225%. Basically 105 to 200. Do the math. 105 to 200, would you be happy with that in a couple of months? That's exciting. Now we're going to really get good here. You're going to love this. Dry ships. This was one of my best winners ever. We had it here. We had it here. We bought more here. I'm thankful for it, okay? Before this stock started to lift in here, right in here, you can say, what were their earnings on dry ships? The quarter before it started to make the big move. Dry ships earnings. 999%. In other words, it was huge earnings versus a loss. They were flying. That's what we want to see. I'll show you another one right here. DSX. Diana Shipping. Nice little shelf here. You buy that stock at around $29, 29 to 40 something. There's nothing wrong with that. So here's my point for you all. Try to find leading groups, but more importantly, when it comes to the stocks, last quarter's earnings up 40% or higher. I'm going to show you one more. Here's one of the lowest on the list. Google, back here. See this move right here? On the follow through, come out, breaking out right through here. Look at this, folks. You all are good with charts. You can say, well, that's pretty simple. There's a little base there. There's a little shelf. It's above the moving averages. The volume picked up. Yeah, I guess that'd be good to buy it around, I don't know, $5.40 a share. So let's suppose we bought it for $540 a share. Oh, $5.40 to $7.40. I don't even need a calculator to tell you that's 200 points. 200 points. What were their earnings before it made this move? Up 43%. 43%. It makes the cut. Minimum earnings of 40% or higher, or the last 2 quarters sales up on average 45% or higher. And I didn't say and, I said or. This is a recipe for making money. It's what we do at missionwinners.com. I'm stringent on what I'm looking for. I'm not flying out of control, and neither should you. There's others on this list, but I think you get the point. 40% earnings last quarter, or the average of the last 2 quarters sales up 45% or higher. Leading groups within, striking distance of new highs, and you're off to the races. There you go. I wanted to share that with you, and I just hope it helps you. My goal is to educate you. There's a great quote, and I love this quote. Be the person, and I think I'm going to paraphrase it. Here we go. I've got it for you. It's going to come up here in just a second. We're trying. There you go. Be the person you needed when you were younger. So what do we each have to do? We have to be there for each other. We got to help each other. We can push together. We can pull together. By so doing, we're all better for it. I thank you very much. I hope this helps you. Have a good, safe night. Take care, and this is Pat Walker at Mission Winners.